So, welcome back, everyone. Happy Thursday. So glad you guys are here. So, we're going to have a really fun lesson today. I think it's going to be really great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will jump right on in, okay? We're going to talk about how last week or how the last lesson went with the stuff you guys did at home. And then we're going to learn some new stuff. We're going to talk a little bit more about food today, okay? Which I know some of you guys had said last time you were itching to start talking about food and cooking, okay? Can you guys see this again, okay? Look good? Okay, awesome. So I think I see a lot of familiar faces who were here last time, but in case there's anyone new, anytime when you guys ever log on, you want to make sure that you log on with your code name, and I see everyone did an awesome job of that today, which is great. Thank you so much. You want to make sure when you first enter that you're staying muted just so it's not super loud for people as they come into the virtual classroom. But of course, when it's time to share and when we want to talk, we always can unmute ourselves to share. We love hearing your voices. And then the other thing is please make sure your cameras are on because Miss Harrison and I really want to be able to see your beautiful faces each morning. It's really fun for us to get to see what you guys are thinking and see your faces, and sometimes you want to hold up stuff that you drew or you created. So please do keep your cameras on for us, okay? So this is class number 2 of Grow, Prepare, Eat. Class number 1, can someone either chat in or unmute yourselves and tell us, what did we do in class 1? What was something you remember from class 1 on Monday?
We were like we were seeing like foods like mostly like melons.
Yes, exactly. We learned about melons. So we learned about, what were the 3 kinds of melons we learned about?
Cantaloupe, watermelon, and honey.
Very good. Cantaloupe, honeydew melon, and watermelon. Very good, guys. You have great memories. So today, we're just going to real quick go over WebEx etiquette and Class Dojo, which will take way less time than last time. We'll just make sure that everyone remembers how to do that. And I have one update on Class Dojo. Someone said how plants grow. Yes, that is also something we learned last time. Then I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to share about the hands-on activity about planting your seeds. I want to hear how that went. Then we're going to start talking about some of the really fun parts of recipe building and about food and cooking, which is flavor and texture. 2 of my favorite ideas when we're learning about cooking and food. And then we're going to kind of talk about the activity you guys are going to do at home before next class on Monday, which is going to be a really fun, creative flavor and texture food activity. You guys are going to get to be like chefs and play around with food for your at-home activity, okay? So, to begin, can someone either chat in or unmute and share yourselves? What are some of the WebEx etiquette rules that you remember from last time? Be polite. Yes, that is a super great one. We're polite to the teachers and our classmates. What's another one? Does anyone remember? Don't spam the chat. Yeah, so we just used the chat to say really nice things. Exactly. And someone asked a question about, is planting melon seeds okay? Yes, from the at-home activity, melon seeds are perfect, yes. So what are some other WebEx rules? Listen to the teacher, that's an awesome one, very good. Be quiet when somebody else is talking, awesome. You guys remember all of them. Take turns, perfect. You guys are experts already. Very good. Okay, so now we got that. We are good to go. Oh, don't ignore the teacher. That's another really nice one. I appreciate when you guys are paying attention to me, just like how I know you guys like it when we pay attention to you. Exactly. So I want to ask, how did it go using Class Dojo? Did anyone have troubles? Was it pretty easy to use? Do we need to go through anything about using Class Dojo? How was that? Can I see either like some thumbs up or some chatting or thumbs down if you had trouble? I just want to see how it was for you guys. It was good? Okay, so I want to let you guys know one thing that Miss Harrison and I didn't quite realize until just today. I don't really know, but my mom did it. Okay, that's awesome. You can't upload the survey. Okay, that's good to know. All right, you see if there's any other comments that come in, and then we'll address everything. All right, so for uploading the survey, if you cannot upload it onto onto Class Dojo, you have a couple of options. One is your parent or guardian or whoever signed you up for this class can do a message to me like on Class Dojo, and you can actually upload a file or pictures. So one option is to try to send it as a message, like instead of on a portfolio, just as a message. And the other option is if that still is not working, I think that I will check with Mara, but maybe we can have you email the surveys to her if it's absolutely not working on Class Dojo. The 39 and 40 are also having trouble with Class Dojo, so why don't you guys try and email it to Miss Mara, and we'll get it that way, okay? Is that all right? So the other thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that, and this is something that Miss Harris and I, we apologize, we didn't know this. The code that you need to log into Class Dojo is going to change every 2 days. So what's going to happen is I will always let you guys know at the end of our class what the new code is so that you have it for when you need to log in next, okay? So the code for the next 2 days for you to be able to log in today and tomorrow is a new code, and I am going to chat it into the chat box. I'll say it out loud, but I'll also chat it, okay? So the new code for Class Dojo is going to be LAYFWK. Just put it in the chat, okay? So that code is how you enter into your Class Dojo, the student view that allows you to upload pictures of whatever you guys, those hands-on activities that you guys do. So you log into dojo.me, and then it's going to ask you for the code, and you enter the code, which is LAYFWK. Okay. And the reason that it asks for a new code every couple of days is just to keep it super secure. They don't want anyone to be able to like hack in there and see what your students are producing, because sometimes there's pictures of their faces or whatever, and we only want, the people who are supposed to be able to be in there. If yours doesn't ask for a new code, then or you use the QR code, you're totally fine. But if you need a new code, this is what it is, okay? So let me get my screen all ready to go. All right. So from the hands-on activity, planting your guys' seed, I want to hear, and you guys can chat in, or you can, someone else also asked, when do we get our package that we're going to receive for the class? Okay, so that should be getting mailed out very soon here. We had to wait for gift cards to come in the mail for you guys. So now it should be getting mailed because I believe those gift cards might have just arrived. So we do apologize that it's coming to you a little bit afterwards, but you can now use the gift cards and the other materials in that little package for whatever you guys need to kind of like reimburse yourself, so to speak, if you already purchased materials, okay? Great question. Thank you. All right. So for this hands-on activity, I want to know, how did it go planting your seeds? How was it? Did anyone have fun? Couldn't plant your seed. How come? Why couldn't you plant the seed?
The main reason why I couldn't plant seed, usually I have to plant it with my family if we want to do it, because we have a I forgot what it was called, but a greenhouse. We have a greenhouse there in our backyard that we made, but my parents have to help me do it. Also, we don't have enough pots, so we're gonna have to find something.
Okay, I gotcha. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad that you are being very thoughtful about where it is you're going to put your seed. That's awesome and super cool to hear that you have a greenhouse. If you guys can't end up finding a plot, what you could do is, in the video that I posted, I showed how to make a little pot out of like a 1-gallon water bottle. And so you could always do something like that and put it near your greenhouse in the meantime, if you struggle to find space. But you can always do it a little later once you find some space too. So I'm seeing in here that people said you had fun, it was easy, it was enjoyable. Someone said their seeds were pink. That's super cool. That's amazing. I didn't know that what kind of seeds were they? Were they watermelon or cantaloupe or honeydew or some other thing?
Can I show my pot?
I would love to see your pot.
Because I painted it.
That would be awesome. You want to hold it up?
I like sky, and my sister did the clouds.
Wow, that's amazing. And you guys even got so artistic and painted it. I love that. Super cool. Do you have fun with that project?
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's amazing. All right, and I see some other friends planted watermelon seeds. Oh, and the pink watermelon or the pink melon seeds came from Home Depot. Well, that's a cool twist. Pink watermelon seeds. And that's okay if you haven't done it yet. You can always do it tonight or tomorrow. There's no time limit on when you can plant. All you need is some soil and the seeds, and either a place in your garden, a pot, or even just a 1-gallon water bottle. You can make your own plant. All right, so I want to ask another question. Oops. How many seeds did you guys plant? And which ones did you choose? Some people said they chose melon, some said tomato. But did anyone choose anything different? And how many seeds did you end up planting? You remember? Oh my gosh.
I planted cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Awesome. Japanese melon, tomatoes, 4 seeds I'm seeing. Awesome.
Wow. A lot of variety.
2 seeds, 5 melon seeds. Perfect. So those of you who planted more than 1 seed, awesome thinking, because that gives you a couple extra in case one doesn't sprout. But if all of your seeds sprout, what you might end up having to do is pull a couple of them out and you can replant them somewhere else. Because if you have a small pot that has like 5 plants growing out of it, they might be a little too squished. You might be like, oh, I don't have anywhere to go. So if all of them end up sprouting, you might need to pull a few out, okay? And we can talk about that next week, because by next week, they probably will have started to sprout, okay? So next question for you guys. What did you use to plant your seeds, and where did you plant them? I heard some people said the garden, some people said a pot, but I want to hear from you guys. Where all did you plant? In a pot? Okay, very cool. Mm-hmm. What else? In a pot on the porch?
I used a cup.
A cup, awesome. A big clay pot, very cool. Did anyone try the water bottle thing like I showed you on the video? Did anyone give that a shot? A gallon, a milk gallon, perfect. Good job, awesome. Mm-hmm. Got creative. Oh, and 13 said that as well. Awesome. So we got a lot of variety. All right, last question for you guys is, how long do you think it will take your plants to grow? Any guesses? 6 weeks. Okay, I see some 6 weeks. What else do we think? 3 weeks? Any other guesses? A few weeks. 10 days.
10 days.
5 weeks. 5 weeks. Did anyone happen 7 weeks? Okay, so we got from a few days all the way up to 7 weeks. Did anyone happen to look on their seed packet for what it might have said about how long before the seeds start to sprout? Sometimes our seed packets actually tell us how long before the plants are going to sprout. Did anyone look on their seed packet? No, mine's outside. Okay, that's totally fine. So what I am going to, the assignment I'm going to give you guys for next class, for Monday, is if you still have your seed packet, look on the back and see if anywhere on the seed packet it says how long before it's going to sprout, okay? And if you guys want to look that up and then tell me next class, that would be really cool. Or even, at the end of this class, if you happen to find it, okay? But I want you guys to try and see if you can figure out how long before it's supposed to sprout, okay? Sound good? Oh, I see a hand go up.
1 week, 4 weeks.
46. I see your hand go up. Do you have a question?
No, but I looked at the back of my seed packet and I saw it has what to it needs sunlight, water, and all that stuff. I think it said like it will take like about 2 months or 1 month.
Okay. So it's awesome that it told us it needs sunlight, it needs water, and I bet the 1 or 2 months is probably how long until you actually get like a watermelon, right? But then there should be somewhere else on. So that answers one of our questions, right? So maybe 1 or 2 months, something like that, till we actually get like a watermelon or a cucumber or whatever it is you're growing. But then somewhere else on that seed packet might even say how long until you start to see a little seedling or a sprout. So that's something else we want to see. That would be cool.
I saw like an image of it like be a little sprout on the packet.
Uh-huh. Did it say how many days or how many weeks till that happens?
I better check again.
Okay. Yeah, definitely check and let us know on Monday when we meet again, okay?
Okay.
I'm seeing some people saying that it rained yesterday. It might have even rained on your plant if it was outside. And that's kind of cool because then nature does the watering for you. All right. Good job, guys. Sounds like this was pretty fun for people. So we are going to move on to the next part of our lesson that is about flavors and textures, okay? So one of the things that I love about cooking and creating a recipe is it's really all about coming up with different flavors and textures that you like, okay? So I have another question. I always like questions because I get to hear from you guys. What are some of your favorite flavors? You can either unmute yourself, you can chat them into the chat. What are some of your favorite flavors of food?
Mint.
Ooh.
Minty. Okay, minty is a favorite flavor. What else? Vanilla. Okay. See a couple of
Another
vanillas.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, buttery. Okay. Someone says I like chocolate and Nutella. So chocolate and Nutella are sweet flavors. So 5 like sweet flavors. Vanilla is often a sweet flavor. So I see a lot of friends who like kind of sweet flavors. Sour.
Ooh,
Okay.
sour.
Super cool. What else? What else? I'll give a couple more seconds. Some more sweets. I also am a big fan of sweet. Salty. I like salty too. Yeah, I do as well. Salty is great. All right. So that's some of our favorite flavors. What are the foods that you have had that have those flavors in them? What are some of the foods you've eaten before that have your favorite flavors? Ice cream, candy, lemons. Ooh, for the sour. Yeah, awesome. Lemons for the sour. Cake, lemonade. Ooh, lemonade is both sweet and sour, right? Chocolate, muffins, hard
candy,
candies, fudge. Ooh, yum. That's good. My pasta has a lot of salt, and my ice cream is chocolate. All right, so the salty pasta and the sweet chocolate ice cream. Very cool. So some really complex flavors. That's great. All right, so now I have another question. What is a texture of a food? So when I say a texture, what does that mean? Anyone know? You can chat or you can unmute yourself and share. What is a texture? How it feels? Yes, very good, 5. It's how it feels. Yep, how it feels on your hands or maybe how it feels in your mouth. Yeah. So the taste, so texture goes into taste, right? Taste is kind of both flavor and texture, but texture is very much about how it feels, right? Kind of the shape and like something like crunchy or bumpy. Very good. So that answers my next question. What are some textures you can think of? I saw crunchy, bumpy, mushy, soft. Watermelons are smooth. Oh, you guys are great. You have your texture words down. Soft, hard, mushy, juicy, watery. Phenomenal. You guys have got it. Okay, so another question. What are some of your favorite textures of foods? So what are some of those foods that you really like that have textures that you enjoy? Oh, slimy, I saw.
Slimy.
What are some of the foods that you like that have some of these textures? So oranges. Okay, oranges are juicy. Very good. Pineapple. watermelon, strawberry, plum, Nutella, roast beef. Roast beef. What is the texture of roast beef? 39 and 40. What's the texture of roast beef that you like so much? That one's a clever one. I've never heard that before. Potato chips. Potato chips are crunchy. Cooked rice. Doritos, more crunchy. Awesome.
Doritos.
All right, so I can tell that you guys are a group who A, really love food, and B, that you like some really good diverse flavors and textures to your food. All right, so I'm going to go to another slide. So can you guys all see this? This is a list of flavors and texture describing words, and it comes from a group called Food Corps, and they do a lot of education about food and gardening in schools. So they have a lot of these cool resources for us. And so this is a list. Ooh, roast beef can be tender. Very cool. Yeah, good word. So these words here are a bunch of flavor and texture describing words. Does anyone want to volunteer to read the first couple of words on this flavor side right here where my mouse is? Like where my cursor is? Does anyone want to read some of these for us?
Bitter,
Yeah? You want to do another couple?
cheesy, creamy, hot,
You want to finish this column here for us?
and milky, rich, salty.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great. Can I have another volunteer to read these texture words?
Bubbly,
See 46.
Perfect. Go ahead, 46.
bubbly, crackly, crispy, crunchy, chewy, soft,
Effervescent. Very good. That's a hard word.
fizzy, gummy, light, dense.
Good job. So effervescent is kind of like, Miss Harrison, can you think of a food that is effervescent?
Something with maybe bubbles, like a soda or seltzer.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think effervescent and fizzy are kind of very similar. So that's kind of a really big fun word. Okay, does anyone want to read these words here, the list that starts with smoky down to tart?
I would.
Oh, who was that? Was that 39 and 40? All right,
Mhm.
let's go. Go for it, please.
Smoky, sour, sweet, spicy, tangy, tart, butter.
Very good. And this one's tangy. I'm trying to think of a food that is tangy. Maybe. Ooh, like buffalo sauce is tangy, where it's like a little bit spicy and a little bit sour, kind of like that one. Kind of makes me think of tangy. All right, and can I have one final volunteer read this one that starts with silky? I see Five's hand went straight up. Do you want to read? Want to read those for me?
Silky, smooth, soft, sticky, thick, velvety, and other.
Very good. So when you guys are talking about foods that you like or don't like, and you want to talk about the flavor and the texture, you can use some of these words, and they do a really great job of kind of painting a picture with the words that you use so that people can really understand the foods that you're experiencing from your point of view. Can someone think for a second and pick one word off of this huge chart and describe a food that they like or don't like using at least one word from this giant chart? And you can unmute or you can chat it into the chat it into the chat box. So cheesy in my soft pretzels. Awesome. Okay, cheesy and soft pretzels. Very good. All right, good one. Does anyone else have one?
A crunchy crust from a pizza.
Ooh, super good one. A crunchy crust of a pizza. And I see someone chat it in. I love lemonade. I love lemonade when it is a bit too sour. Very good. So sour lemonade. Awesome. Let's see if we can get one or two more and then we'll go ahead and move on. Oh, French vanilla ice cream is rich. Very good. Very good choice. All right. Good job, guys. So you're really getting a handle on using these fun words to describe our food. It's kind of like almost like food poetry, right? We can kind of just talk and create these beautiful pictures with the words we use to describe. All right, so this is going to be a really fun game, okay? So I'm going to show a word that describes a texture or a flavor, and then I want you guys to either chat in the chat box or unmute and share a food that comes to mind when you see this word, okay? So first one, spicy. What are some foods that you can think of when I say the word spicy? Chili, salsa, peppers, Takis, jalapenos, chili. Very good. All right. And then I have some pictures. Just by the end of this, we're all going to be hungry, okay? That's just what I'm going to tell you. So here are some foods that are spicy. We've got salsa. We've got Buffalo Wild Wings. We've got Tabasco sauce. Oh, someone said Flaming Hot Cheetos. We've got, these are jalapenos and hot peppers. Does anyone know what this is down in the left corner, this green stuff?
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Okay.
And what does wasabi go well with?
Yes. I don't really know.
That's okay. It goes with sushi. Most people eat wasabi with sushi. All right. So another one. Creamy. What are some words that come to mind, or some foods that come to mind when I say creamy?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Okay. Very good. Soup. Very good one. Cream cheese, frosting,
Cream cheese.
whipped cream. Oh my gosh, you've got a lot of cream products, right? Butter, a lot of dairy products. All right, I'm going to show you guys my pictures, okay? Here we go. Peanut butter, cheesecake, soup, mashed potatoes, lots of different creamy foods. Ooh, hummus. Good job. Yeah, hummus is definitely creamy. Peanut butter, very good. All right, you guys ready for another one? Yeah? Okay. Salty. What are some foods that come to mind when I say salty?
Salmon.
Salmon, fish, chips, pretzels, sea salt, potato chips. Very good. All right, here we go. I just put a few pretzels, soy sauce, pepperoni, right? Ooh, brownie brittle. Yeah, they have that like salted caramel brownie brittle brand, right? That's kind of got that nice salty taste to it. Good job, guys. Deli meat. Yeah, definitely. Good choices. All right, next one. Crunchy. What are some foods that come to mind when I say crunchy? I know, it's making me hungry too. Chips. Yeah, chips. A bunch of chips came up. Potato chips. Very good. All right, let's see. Pretzels. Here, I put some up here. Apples, certain kinds of cereal, mixed nuts maybe, pretzels, apples, cucumbers. Those are all crunchy foods. Very good. And actually, I think that these nuts are probably both crunchy and salty, right? Kind of combines two of those, a texture and a flavor word. All right, let's do another one. Sour. Ooh, I saw some people in the chat who really like sour.
Lemonade, lime.
Yeah, lemonade, lime, lemon, Sour Patch Kids. Yes,
Pickles.
Very good. All right. I have lemons and limes up here. I didn't do Sour Patch Kids, but I did the sour gummy worms. And then kiwis. Has anyone ever had a kiwi before? Yes, yeah. I think kiwis. Okay, well, if you haven't, that's okay. It's kind of a sour fruit. It's not as sour as a lemon, but it's definitely a little bit sour. All right, here's a fun one. Sticky. Syrup. Great choice. Jelly. Good. Honey. Ooh, gummies. Honey. Syrup. Yeah, fudge, maple, Butterfingers. Oh yeah, very good, guys. So I did caramel apples, honey. What else? What do I have over here? A sticky bun, like a cinnamon roll, and s'mores, right? Like marshmallows from s'mores. People are saying Snickers, Twix, caramel, Nutella. Very good. All right, this might be a new word. We might not know of any, but what about bitter? Has anyone ever had bitter foods before? Ooh, you guys got it.
Dragon fruit.
Yeah, chocolate, espresso, coffee. Very good. Wow, cocoa powder. You guys are amazing. You guys are perfect. You know all these different foods. So I had chocolate, cranberries, and then actually there are some different vegetables like kale. If you've ever had kale before, kale is kind of bitter. Oh, and Miss Harrison asked, do we like the taste of bitter foods? Who likes the taste of bitter foods? Hands up. Anyone like them?
Some are good. Some are good.
Some are good?
Mhm.
Oh, I see 31 kind of doing like a half and half. Who's like half and half? Like you're not sure. There's some you do, some you don't. Yeah, I see a
See a
lot of
couple, yep.
right? Like I'm sure most of us like chocolate, but I don't know that many of us like cranberries or kale or coffee necessarily. Yeah, good job, guys. All right, smoky. What are some foods you can think of? Oh, arugula. Yeah, arugula is another bitter one. Good job, 5. What are some foods you can think of that are smoky?
Cooked beef.
Cooked beef,
Mhm.
barbecue, cooked corn. Ooh, I'm definitely getting hungry. Barbecue, very good. Pastrami. Oh yeah, smoked nuts. Very good. Hot dog, steak. So let's see. I could only think mostly of meat. So I had these like smoked meats and then smoked Gouda. If you guys have ever had the cheeses that have been like smoked and have that smoky flavor.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I love smoked Gouda. It's one of my favorites. That's why I put it there. Cheese, right? Smoked salmon. Ooh, good suggestions. Smoked
Right.
salmon. Very good. All right. Do you guys want to do any more of these, or do you guys kind of got it? Yeah. If you want to do more of them, let me see thumbs up. If you're tired of them, let me see thumbs down. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
See some thumbs up.
Miss Harrison, do you see any thumbs down? Does anyone seem like they're over it?
Not yet.
Okay, because I have a couple more that we could do. What are some foods that are fatty, kind of fatty tasting? This one's a little tougher.
Fries and burgers.
Bacon.
Ooh, fries and burgers, chicken, steak. The fat part of the steak, cheese, bacon. Oh, you guys are great. Got this. All right. So I had some kind of different thoughts. I had olive oil, salmon, and avocados, but you guys also had said a lot of really great ones. And these right here, salmon, avocado, and olive oil, they have some fat in them, but they're all like kind of lighter, kind of like healthier fats, I think. So that's kind of what came to mind for me. But there's a lot of different kinds of fats in this world. Good job. All right, so that was actually my last one. You guys did an awesome job. I thought that was kind of fun, thinking up all the different foods we could think of with different words. So the hands-on activity you guys are going to do before Monday's class next week is you're actually going to get to explore different flavors and textures on your own, okay? So what's going to happen is I have a video for you guys giving you explanations, and essentially you're going to pick something from the 4 main flavors that our tongues can pick up on, which is sweet, salty, sour, and like fatty or oily, okay? You're going to pick something from those 4, and then you're going to pick some different foods that would dip well into those flavors. And you're going to have a chart that I'm going to provide you guys, and you're going to just start mixing and matching and writing down what you tried, what you liked, what you didn't like, okay? So for example, this is going to be the chart that you guys will get a copy of, okay? It'll look something like this. It'll have a column for the dipping food. So you might do a cracker, a vegetable stick, a pretzel, a tortilla chip, something like that. You're going to pick your dipping flavor. So that might be lemon juice, might be vinegar, might be honey, might be olive oil, might be melted butter, something from those different like sweet, salty, sour, and kind of oily or fatty categories. You're going to mix them, you're going to dip them in and try it, taste it, and say if you like it. Think of a describing word for flavor, and think of a describing word for texture. And you're going to do this as many times as you want. You can literally do any possible combination that comes to mind. Just write it down. And at the end, I want you to pick a couple of the flavors or textures or the combinations that you like the most. Okay? Does that kind of make sense? Do you guys want me to explain that one more time?
I see some nods.
Yeah? Okay, I'll explain it one more time, okay? So you guys are going to get 4 little bowls, and into each bowl, you're going to put something that represents a different one of those flavors. So let's say for your sour, what's something you could put into your sour flavor? Like, what's something you could put in your sour bowl? Lemonade. Awesome. So you can put a little bit of lemonade into your sour bowl. What's something you could put in your bowl that's for the salty one? I see someone says bacon, but maybe we want to go with a simpler flavor like salt. Salt is totally fine. You could literally just put or soy sauce, some soy sauce or some salt in a little bowl, okay? And then you'd need something for sweet. What would we pour into our sweet bowl? What could be a good one? Caramel, okay. What else? Nutella, sugar, honey. Very good. So you can pour one of those.
Chocolate.
Go ahead, 46. What'd you say?
Chocolate.
Yeah, you could put some melted chocolate or like chocolate sauce. Very good, right? So you could have something syrup I saw that's sweet, and then you need one last thing that's kind of like your fatty or like your oily texture or taste. So what could you put in that one? Any thoughts? Olive oil, good. Any other ideas? If you guys have butter and you can eat butter, you could melt a little butter in your bowl. That could be one of the like fatty ones, okay? Canola oil, good, very good. Almond oil, margarine, you guys got it, perfect. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna find whatever you have in your house that would be good to dip in. So that might be cucumber slices, carrot sticks, crackers, tortilla chips, pretzels, and you're gonna start dipping. And you're gonna write down what you try, what the flavor is, whether you like it, and then words to describe what it is you're tasting, okay? And you're gonna fill out this chart, and then at the end, here, I'll show you guys the steps. You'll watch the video, because I made a little video. I did this, and you guys can see how I did it, so you kind of get the idea, okay? Then you're gonna make your little chart, okay? And you might need an adult to help you if you're gonna like be cutting up any vegetable sticks, or if some of these materials are up on a high shelf, you might need an adult to help, okay? But then you're going to finish the activity, you're going to complete that chart and either take a picture of it, or if you typed it in the computer, just upload it onto Class Dojo so that Miss Harrison and I can see what kind of combinations you guys did, okay? And yes, just like Miss Harrison said, you do not have to use vegetables to dip. It can just be whatever you have around in your house that would be a good dipping material, okay?
And do you does it could we use something else then, so we don't have to use vegetables and we can use any dipping we want? It doesn't have to be from it has to be from the chart, right?
So you kind of get to choose, as long as whatever it is that you're dipping into kind of represents one of those flavors, right? So as long as you have something that's salty, something that's sweet, something that's kind of sour, and something that's fatty, then you can decide what those are. And I give you some examples in the video, okay? Does that make sense?
Does pretzels count?
Pretzels is a perfect dipping material. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun being kind of creative chefs and playing with flavors. All right, so last thing, our little exit ticket, and then we'll be done, okay? Can you guys type into the chat either the flavor or texture that you are most excited to try during the activity, or a flavor or texture that you've never had before, okay? Sweet and oily. Okay. What else? Spicy. Crunchy. Very good. Really excited to try sour and sweet. Oh, super cool. Yes, great one. So does anyone have any other questions, or do we feel okay about what we're going to do, about the activity that you guys are going to do? Okay, so make sure you check Class Dojo later today. You'll see the instructions for this activity, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and we'll talk about it on Monday. We'll see how it went, okay? All right, everyone. This was a fun class. Thank you guys for participating and giving such great food describing words.
Bye.
And bye. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye, guys.